Sorry if my voice sounds extra sexy tonight. I am sick.
Oh, shit.
Yep, I'm like perpetually oscillating between either sick or about to be sick. There's no other state of being for Josh right
When
now.
you think about it, that's what life is like.
No. Welcome to Hear Something, a conversational podcast between three dingus boys. Myself, Josh, and my good pals Jeremy and Mitch. You guys are just waiting for me to sneak it in on you, aren't you?
I already started it with the Sonic fan
And I refuse to. You're not gonna fucking... You don't walk into my house and shit in my toilet.
Hi, welcome to Hear Something. It's the
Shit on your
Sonic...
toilet?
Yeah.
You don't double-decker my toilet, motherfucker.
You don't triple-decker my... Here's something. So did you boys see the Sonic trailer that was released this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
You go ahead. You go ahead on your gripes.
I've got a lot that I'm going to unpack, so I'd like to hear you boys' thoughts first.
All right,
it's a zip file for him.
So the song "Gangster's Paradise" is used in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts on that one point particular.
Which is fair, because if anybody's living in a gangster's paradise, it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
What movie was it that had Gangsta Paradise?
It's Retired Cyclops.
Dangerous Minds. Remember that old movie?
Yeah, I want to... Man, because there's so many trailers that have Gangster's Paradise injected in it.
So many more appropriate trailers.
I only know of two.
Well, I wonder if it's just one trailer company that just always puts Gangster's Paradise in the trailers that they make.
It's just fucking Coolio's trailer company.
They spent their entire licensing budget on one song, and it was Gangster's Paradise. They made a wise choice.
Coolio and Co. trailer company.
It's really paying dividends for them now.
Yeah, I guess.
They had Paramount by the balls, apparently. Okay, so my biggest pet peeve. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, Gangster's Paradise for a kid's movie. Sure, I see the irony. What the hell was with that terrible edit they did, though? They they tried to do like hits with it, like a big action movie trailer.
And it was the same sound effect over and over.
And it was so bad.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, so bad. You were too blown away by Sonic's features.
I actually like Jim Carrey. He seemed like he was gonna... That part of the movie would be okay.
Yeah, everybody's kind of on the praising Jim Carrey. Like I don't know if it's... I'll be the first one to defend Jim Carrey, but I don't know if he's actually really that entertaining, or he's like the one rose blooming out of a pile of shit, and it makes him seem more amazing.
Well, maybe so. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know if he... It doesn't seem like he tried that hard with the character from what they've shown in the trailer.
Yeah, but I'm okay with
that. Yeah, exactly. For him to just be a neutral.
You're talking to a kid who was raised by like Ace Ventura and The Mask and Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I was too, but...
I was literally raised by him.
Yeah, we were literally raised.
Jim Carrey came to your house and breastfed you boys.
Yes, he used the mask and a boob came out.
We've killed so many hitmen with sneaky peppers that we've just lost count.
JB always called dibs on that left teat. And
I suckled at the teat and went, alrighty then.
Smoking!
Like a glove.
That's what he would do. He would say his famous catchphrases while breastfeeding JB. Classic. JC, as we know.
That's why I'm so big. They call me Jim Carrey Bane.
Jim
because I suckled at the breast.
Big Jim Carrey Jr.
Mach 2.
Esquire.
Yes.
Sir. So anyway.
Sonic
looks like a
yes, let's talk about that. He looks like the kid from Jumanji.
My boy looked like a nightmare.
You're putting that's the nicest I've heard anybody put it.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
He looks like a nightmare? Or
He looks like if somebody went to the VFX artist with like, I don't know, 15 good ideas, and the director of visual photography was like, let's do the opposite of those. Like, I think the only thing they got right is that he's blue.
I think. Well, why did they change so many things? Like, why is his arms different color? Why doesn't he have gloves?
It looks like they motion capped a human actor.
That is exactly what they did.
God,
I think they tried to make him look like an actual hedgehog a little bit too much.
No, I don't.
No.
I think they made him try to look like a human boy.
I think his face kind of looks like a human and a hedgehog
JB
mashed together.
They made him look like
in
a
a food
furry
processor.
at Comic-Con cosplaying as Sonic.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And they did mocap. They had Ben Schwartz in a green suit acting out all his parts.
Oh, did you look it up?
God,
Oh, I just remember like
Oh.
what do they call it? Like pre-release footage, like behind the scenes footage of screenshots of him.
I didn't even know this movie was coming out, so I had no idea until the trailer came out.
so this must be especially traumatizing to you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like
JB's got whiplash.
from going too fast. Yeah, the other stuff looks okay. The storyline seems kind of weird.
Yeah, let's talk about that. In the trailer, it says every hero has a genesis, which means this is a Sonic. I keep saying it.
Got him.
Which means that is a Sonic origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Which
No, they're
kind of
referencing
is
the Sega Genesis.
Shut. I'm making a point.
That was.
My point is that none of the Sonic's games have stories in them.
No.
Every hero has a Genesis.
Well,
And when they
do
go
have
to
stories.
bed, they has a Dreamcast.
The animated series has stories.
Yeah, it's something to do with chili dogs.
And some of the later games have stories. Right? Like the Sega Dreamcast ones? I think the Dreamcast games had stories behind them, didn't they?
Yeah,
A little bit?
they were
I don't
largely
know.
inconsequential. I get what Mitch was
Yeah.
saying, but I mean, if you want to get down to it, like the Mario games never really had stories either, except for Save the Princess.
And the Mario movie was fucking
But I mean,
Like,
yeah, he had
amazing.
Like Kirby had an animated series. I'm not saying Kirby should have a live action movie starring Ben Schwartz.
That would be interesting.
You guys remember the
come suck me off?
the Zelda animated series?
Oh, I love that show.
Remember John Leguizamo as Luigi?
Yeah, the best Luigi.
The best
Yeah.
Luigi.
The best Bowser.
Man. Hey,
I've
if they made
God.
hey, listen to me.
No,
If they made a Super Smash Brothers movie, do you think John Leguizamo would come back to reprise his role?
Dude,
he would have to be. He would have to. Oh yeah.
I was thinking about them making a Smash Bros. Movie.
They'll get
and
Honey
it
Boo Boo
being-
as Kirby.
It would be
Yes.
similar to like the first Mortal Kombat, but with the Smash Brothers characters.
Fuck,
They get transported to the Smash Brothers realm.
I love
to
that.
fight.
I love that Mortal Kombat movie.
I need somebody to make a mod that replaces all the characters in MK11 with Super Smash Brothers characters. Please and thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Mod.
I want to see
We call
Sheik
that-
doing a fatality on Fox McCloud. I want to see.
Oh, boy.
I want to see Captain Falcon just punching Jigglypuff's face off.
I will see Mr. Game & Watch's spine before I die.
Yes. Hell yeah.
I will see his spine ripped out of his body by the ice climbers.
Yes.
Watch this. So I just don't understand why why did they make him look like that? Like, who made that decision? It's so bad. But at least they're going back and they're saying they're gonna fix it. But how much can they fix it? When is this movie coming out?
I want to place my bets and say they're going to make his eyes smaller.
It's supposed to be November. Yeah, they're gonna make his teeth larger and eyes smaller.
That's it. That's
They
all
were-
they do.
They were in the writer's room and they were like, "Hey, what do hedgehog's teeth look like?" And everybody said, "Pretty big." And
No, they said, what do Hedgehog's
Pretty
teeth look
big.
like? And one of the writers yawned, and they thought he was just showing them. And they're like, oh, okay. So they...
Did you sketch that, Bob? Yeah, I got it.
they mocapped that writer's teeth into Ben Schwartz's Sonic mocap.
Sonicfus.
It's a
It's so bad.
Technological-
It's so bad. Like, it's
It's
so
so
disconnected
bad.
from, like, the core image of the character. Like, it doesn't even... If he... excuse me. If he wasn't blue, and you tried to point at him, like, say that character was, like, just like a normal hedgehog color, and you said, that's Sonic. People were like, go fuck yourself. Like, it does not invoke the original character in any sort of way.
It would
No.
be hilarious that I keep trying to convince people that that's Sonic the Hedgehog. I keep saying it. I can't get
Say
away
it.
from my own fucking... Anyway.
He's as Sonic as the word Sonic is Sonic, so...
Sonic.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
Hopefully they fix it. Now I
shit,
do want to point out.
Do you think... I'm
What?
sorry to keep interrupting. Do you
No,
think
go
they
ahead.
made Make 'em Love Chili Dogs because of the Sonic foot-long chili dog?
Oh shit! You cracked the case.
We done it.
My own bean. God.
That's the end of the show.
I really love chili dogs, and I love tater tots, guys. I suddenly love tater tots.
Tater tots was the rejected name for tails.
Fucking ice cold limeade. I want that right now. You gotta run and go get it from the car hops. Is that what they call people?
Knuckles was original name was what do they call it? Like Fountain Drink Happy Hour. That was his original name.
His name was the 2-for-1 combo at Arby's.
Sonic Sunday Blast.
That's when they got into cross branding like Carl's Jr.
We've got the Knuckles.
He was the Monster Thick Burger originally, but then he just went for Knuckles.
I really wish his name was the Monster Thick Burger.
Or just Monster Thick. I'm Monster Thick. Yo, Brat Black. That's what Sonic Knuckles sounds like, I guess.
Boys, you can see this, my fuzzy blue friend's sinewy muscles. He's so sinewy.
Why is his hair electric? What the fuck is up with that shit?
Yeah!
That's not a thing, right?
No.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know what fucking... There
Obviously, when you break the sound barrier, you create electricity.
There had to be so much cocaine fit into the budget of this movie production. Oh, he's electric! He's electric!
Can we make him look like the real Sonic?
He's
no,
fast.
We spent all the money on the cocaine.
He's fast. He's in the Speed Force. He's got electricity. You can't use Speed Force.
Wiggy. Speed Force.
We'll say Sonic Force. I don't know. Why does he look the way he does?
How does he knock out the power for the entire North American continent?
all of
do it.
I want to say too, all of Eggman's inventions look like just self-driving cars. So that's a little top nod
you
to
heard it here first. To the Elon Musk is Eggman.
Elon Eggman. Eggman
Wait a
Musk.
second. Guys, I've got a pen and paper. This is me writing. That's the sound of the writing. Oh my god. If you spell Robotnik backwards, it's Elon Musk. It's Tesla.
If you... Hold on. That's not Jim Carrey. If you take off that mustache... Oh my god,
James
that's Bill
Carey.
Gates. That's Bill Gates there.
It's Bill Gates. He's jumping over chairs just constantly.
It's William Fintz Doorways.
You can run fast, but I can jump over an office chair, you motherfucker.
Is that...
I think my favorite new thing is finding stupid names for things.
You've regressed back to being 5.
Is that...
To being what?
Bill's...
5 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Bill Skarsgård in Jim Carrey makeup and Dr. Eggman makeup? Oh my god!
God.
Billy Skarsgård done it again.
We've gone too deep. No, wait, that's not Billy's. That's Billy Zane.
That's...
Oh god.
And the Sonic is actually the Titanic with shoes on.
No, wait. That's Bill and Ted. We're back.
That's when they announced Bill and Ted 3.
Bill and Ted 3.
I'd watch that.
Conclusion.
Hopefully.
No way. We need more Bill and Teds. All the Bill and Teds.
That movie's just so weird to watch because Keanu Reeves looks like he's aged maybe a week. The other guy looks like he got butt-fucked by Father Time for like the last 20 years.
Is Keanu Reeves Bill or Ted?
Yes.
He's
It's because
Ted.
he went back in time and that's what the movie's
Bill.
about.
Hey Ted. Wild Stallions.
Hey Bill, yeah Ted, suck my fucking dick, bro. and then they
John
do
Wick now, motherfucker.
Only accept it as if the original. Let's say he's Bill. The original Bill from the future created a serum that would allow you to impregnate a man. He went back, impregnated his own former self, and this is their son that is now hanging out with his grandpa's friend from back in the day.
You just described the plot to Predestination starring Ethan Hawke.
Cool. Somebody get Paramount on the line. I've got an idea for the trailer. Follow me. Gangster's Paradise opens on a road.
This is a Predestination fan cast featuring Gangster's Paradise by Coolio.
I think it'd be cool if they did Bill and Ted and he was John Wick and they just went and murdered anyone that killed a dog throughout time. All the time. It's just an epic 20-hour movie.
It's a 20-hour extended version.
Game.
It's a 20-hour extended version of Gangster's Paradise.
Fucking Ted cut.
Ted cut.
For some reason, the name of the movie, Star Wars Episode 10.
It's so weird how they did that. That's
The
such
last
weird.
They got away with it because they didn't use the word star. They just put multiple star emojis in front of the word
There
wars.
No, they
Ted Awakens.
They put some stars and then a gun, a picture of a gun.
Stars, Hitler, Episode 10.
Episode 10.
We gotta go and rescue the princess babes and kill the dog murderers, Ted.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Keanu Reeves just absorbs some characteristics from all the characters he plays.
Oh, you know he's drinking the blood of virgins. That's how he's staying so young, right?
Virgin Marys, yes.
Yes, Virgin Marys.
He's drinking Bloody Marys every morning.
Yes, Virgin Bloody Marys. He drinks them without alcohol, keep his senses sharp.
It's just fucking V8. V8 with a celery stalk.
Yeah.
And he spends like too long of a time like duct taping 2 celery stalks together to make a straw out of them. Like he takes longer to tape a celery straw than he does to actually drink the drink.
He takes actual like medical grade sutures and stitches them together.
Sewing is my hobby.
Killing is my life.
I'm into embroidery. Holy fuck.
I came
So,
here to
I do want to
sew 2
congratulate-
celery stalks together and drink Virgin Bloody Marys and kick ass.
I love this tapestry we've weaved.
And I've just finished my woven together celery straw.
And I'm all letting go.
Motherfuckers.
All right.
So wait, I do want to give props where props is due. The Pokemon in the
props
Pokemon
department.
movie, they look great. So someone is doing
that
CG
is,
correctly.
yes. And that is drawing a lot of comparisons because they're doing it right. Like it's self-aware enough. Like they know some of the Pokemon just look terrible in that sort of live action thing, but they place them appropriately. Like the weird looking ones are usually in seedy locations. Like they run into Mr. Mime like in a what do you call it? Like a parking garage, and like Jigglypuff is like creepily putting somebody to sleep in a karaoke bar and stuff. Like they've got a sense of self-awareness about them, whereas this one is just like somebody once described Sonic the Hedgehog to somebody who wasn't paying attention, and then that person made the movie.
That's what it reminds me of, is those YouTube videos where like I describe League of Legends characters and my friend draws them and has no idea about them. And this basically looks like what they did with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Pretty much. And then they broke that person's hands first.
Yes.
I think Gangster's Paradise would have worked better in the Detective Pikachu trailer than it would have. If I watched that trailer and had Gangster's Paradise in it, I'd say that makes sense. That's
no fair though, because that one has Ryan Reynolds.
They should have put the Amish Paradise over
Did you
Sonic
see
the
that
Hedgehog
Weird Al
trailer.
Responded to all the controversy?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
That's
he tweeted
amazing.
out like he's like, I'm not sure I'm comfortable that they used my song without my permission.
As I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain.
He said I'm not sure how I feel about someone making a parody of Amish Paradise and putting it in the Sonic trailer.
God, Weird Al, I fucking love you. Come on the
I like how
the Paradise.
years later
Come on the
that dude's still
podcast.
taking shots at Coolio.
That dude's
Really?
still funny. He still
Well, yeah,
tours.
Coolio didn't give them permission to use the song. And he was pissed off
that's
about
true. He was the only one. Yeah, I remember that now.
it. Weird Al's like manager or whatever is like, yeah, he said it's fine, so they did it anyway.
It's cool. Weird Al is his own manager.
His manager is like, oh, shut up, I don't die.
His manager, Samuel L. Mirror, he goes into the bathroom and meets with his manager.
Oh, I was thinking his manager was actually Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it's a mirror.
Just make the fucking movie, Al.
So we just took a 20-minute long shit on the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer.
Well, speaking of dumpster fires, did you guys hear about Randy Pitchford?
I didn't.
Leader of Gearbox having a fucking meltdown.
I'm going into this blind, so I'm really excited.
Okay, so when Game Informer initially did like ramp up press for, God, I'm sorry guys, I've got sick brain. Borderlands 3. He made a very proud statement saying that there were no microtransactions in Borderlands 3. Which,
yes,
cool, whatever. So apparently that's not true. apparently you could totally spend real money for cosmetics in this game, which falls under the umbrella of microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
No, what they're calling them is tiny purchases. So it's a
nanotransactions. We've gone even smaller.
Small monies.
Pay acquaintances. Not even pay pals. You're not close enough
Tiny
to them
pennies.
to really call them pals.
But they made a funny Borderlands joke about it, so it's fine.
Fine.
Okay. Well, that's
I wonder
okay.
if they got time
Let's
to
move
patch
on.
in like a reference to all this shit. That happened like months and months
Holy
ago.
shit!
And-
This
and,
dude
like,
did go. Okay.
And like gameplay stuff, like they're finally letting the press get some hands-on time with it. And
Yes.
not very far into the menus is options to buy skins and stuff like that. So I forget if it was Andy McNamara, the lead at Game Informer, or somebody at Game Informer tweeted out.
Yes, he did.
Randy Pitchford. It wasn't so much gotcha journalism, but it was a very pointed tweet saying that like, oh well, there actually are microtransactions in the game. To which Randy Pitchford immediately flipped out and just tweeted back, "Why you guys would fuck me on this is beyond me. Thanks a lot."
I love this response from him. This is what your fuck with it tweet is doing.
Yes.
Jesus,
I don't know
dude.
why you guys would bend me over the leather sofa and fuck me.
Who gave this dude a phone?
All
They
right.
should have made him count to 47 before replying to any tweets.
Here's another serious tweet. He said, "Come on, guys. Shitty clickbait headline. Literally seconds before I said that, I made it very clear we're going to do more cosmetic stuff like we did in Borderlands 2. You know I was talking about premium currency and loot boxes kind of stuff not being in our game."
Okay.
To which he got into a very heated Twitter debate with a lot of people all night
can see
long.
that.
Some of his tweets coming out at like 4 o'clock in the morning and shit. Like he was responding to like everybody.
Randy Pitchford got access to the sonic cocaine is the problem.
Probably he licked one of those metal quills, metal electric.
Yes.
So he tried to clarify that when he says microtransactions, he means pay to win. And Andy McNamara tried to clarify by saying that everybody
Holy
else
shit.
in existence calls microtransactions any money you have to put down after a game's released to get more content out of the game.
Oh man.
And it just went back and forth forever. I think he's still probably in the middle of it. Like
He's still going.
whoever the PR manager is either not getting paid enough or should be fired. I haven't decided.
Yes. My highlight of this is I'm just so hurt right now, Andy. I have swallowed so much shit for you for so many years.
Like,
No,
yeah,
well,
he-
he doesn't directly say from Andy. He says from people on your side of the games industry.
Oh, folks on your side of the industry. Yes. Oh my god.
I want to say a really big highlight of this whole ordeal is Austin Walker, who works at Waypoint and runs the Friends at the Table podcast.
Formerly
Was
of,
like,
Giant Bomb.
yeah, still have Giant Bomb. I think he still does panels.
Formerly of the
No,
Mask.
he's not. He broke off to go with Waypoint. But continue your point.
Anyway, he was live streaming and he was just he was saying Randy Pitchford quotes from this, and anytime someone in the team chat or his Discord or whatever he was in was like, "You should stop," he just restarted the quote louder.
Amazing TV.
Why you would fuck me on this?
It's beyond me. Thanks a lot.
It was really good. Good job, Austin.
Oh my
I
god.
do
So,
like Austin, yes.
yes. Borderlands 2, I believe, the cosmetics, I don't think, was there charges for it? Oh, there were some that had charges. There
Yeah,
were.
you can
Okay,
unlock, but
I do
then
remember.
he was also
Yeah.
tweeting out like those keys all the damn time. So
Yeah, well, there was certain ones that you had to buy DLC to get. That's what it was. Yes. There wasn't an in-game store.
Didn't they come out with like certain palette swaps and stuff like that you had to spend a little money, little dosh on?
Maybe so. But I remember you had to buy DLC for some of them.
Yeah, I mean,
They were
it was
packs. They were
cosmetic
packs.
stuff.
Yeah.
If he had just not touched this at all, people would have been like, okay, well, I mean, it wouldn't have been great, but it's like there was like a small, it's like if he'd have just done nothing, it'd have been like a match fizzling out. But now it's just
Yeah.
like he took a gas truck and is just like keeping a dumpster fire going continuously for as long as he can.
It's just... yeah.
Let's be real honest with ourselves. Randy Pitchford, if you look at his face, he's exactly the kind of guy that would tweet like this.
Yeah.
Wait, if you look at his magic tricks, though. Man, that's just like the PR guy should have just broke his phone at some point. Like, just fucking snap that shit over his knee. Like, I don't understand.
I feel like Randy's like 2 tweets away from like pseudo threatening Andy McNamara. Just like it'd be a real shame if somebody fucking set your house on fire tonight.
Jesus. I feel like he's 3 tweets away from becoming the president of the United States. Honestly.
Yeah, he's almost there.
Yeah, he's almost reached that status.
Man, it's poor. No, I retract the word poor. I didn't mean to say poor. Fucking Randy.
He's very rich. Oh, poor rich Randy
Pitchford. This may have been out of his control, and he may have just shot off the fucking handle and backlash. So I don't know, but man, yeah, dude, you done fucked
I think
up, bro.
Okay, so Gearbox has not been on a very great roadway the last few years. Like the last few games they put out have pretty much died on the vine. You remember that what was it, Battleborn game that came out?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
it got shut down like 6 months after.
It was an okay, fun game, but it just didn't reach the standard of.
It came out as like a MOBA-esque in a time when like the internet was, or the games community was already super fatigued on the MOBA genre.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing, sort of. That like I feel like Apex is in the same phase, where they saw a trend in a genre and like scrambled to make a game.
Yeah,
and
Apex has other issues on the line, but that's another topic. But yeah, I feel like he's just like he's kind of clutching his baby too tightly in this situation. Like he's super defensive about it because he needs this to work. Because I feel like if Borderlands 3 does anything less than spectacular, it might be the end of Gearbox.
Yeah, plus it's their baby. I mean, it's Borderlands. Like,
right.
Dude, you fuck that up. Like,
and all the coverage that came out of the gameplay was super positive. All he had to do was just shut the fuck up this week, and like the positive headlines would have drowned out the microtransaction tweet.
Dude, it's just microtransactions for cosmetics. You don't have to. You're not purchasing anything that can.
Yeah, you guys aren't the first one
that you require. Yeah, that's all you had to say.
If anything, I'd have just redirected it. It'd be like, I must have misspoke. Well, at least we're not going to hide our best Jedi behind like fucking paywalls or some stupid shit like that. Yeah. Just like point the ire back at EA or something.
Make it a magic trick. Just fucking make the microtransactions disappear.
Yeah, like just 40 minutes of close-up magic.
It's like those shitty iPhone games. It's like, well, you could pay us money or watch this ad, and you get like 10 free coins.
It's just Randy Pitchford doing magic.
Yeah, just watch me magic.
Randall has not been on a good streak lately.
He calls it far away magic because he's super far away from wherever you are doing it.
Randall Y. Pitchford.
Just
Randall's having a midlife crisis, I think.
Yeah, he's not doing great. He's not doing good.
That's rough. You had the limelight on you.
I'm gonna start calling Crash and Burning like doing a Randy.
Yeah.
You're doing a hard Pitchford right now, my man.
Yeah, let's do it with Pitchford, because when you say Randy, I think of My Name's Earl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy named Randy.
When you say Randy, I think of the name Earl.
It's the guy named Randy. The second character is named Randy.
JB, it's safe to say that I never think of My Name is Earl.
My name's Earl.
In any situation, even if someone says the name Earl, welcome. I never think of My Name is Earl.
I love that show.
That's how you boys about the Jim McHale the Soup episode where he was talking about like the reality TV thing where the guy was like, okay, we're gonna show you your home. We're gonna have what's called like a soft opening. And the guy's like, hold up, what's the soft opening? She goes, oh, it's just a small gathering, whatever. Okay, because when you say soft opening, it makes me think of a butthole. Joe McHale's like, when you say grand opening, it makes me think of a butthole with a monocle and a top hat.
Do not pass go.
Really quick tangent. I really liked The Suit.
Yeah,
that was a good show.
I liked the show on Netflix. The show on Netflix was really good. Was that no? That was the other dude. What was that guy?
I like and hate Joel McHale at the same time. I don't know what it is.
He's the worst person to like. But
you could like Randall Y.
Like he's okay, but barely.
Yeah,
I think it's something about his face. Like he's got the face of a jerk.
Yeah, but maybe he's
his
cool
humor is kind of like my humor. So
yeah,
maybe he's a cool guy. You know.
Hey,
come hang out. Come hang out, guy.
He's a good friend.
He's doing wrong. I don't know, something about him.
It's all the things that he's doing right. That's what it is.
Joel.
Oh, do it Joel. Right. Feed me that soup. Yeah, man, I can't believe dude. Hey, any press is good press, huh? Maybe.
Fuck. Not this. For sure, not this. Absolutely not this.
I guarantee Gearbox loses all their publishing deals after this.
So I have made a pact with myself that I'm not buying Borderlands 3 until it's off of Epic Store. So I am. I'm gonna wait the 6 months. I'm gonna wait the 6 months.
I still don't understand this Epic Store ire.
What do you mean?
This is how businesses are run, dude. People get exclusives.
I know. I just don't like it. I don't like it, so I'm gonna not buy it. Like
that's fine. I just don't think people are acting like there's just this moral, law that Epic is breaking by getting games. Dude, Steam's had a monopoly forever and had exclusives. What is everybody so pissed about?
I don't know. It's just I just want to have choice, I guess, of where I want to purchase something. It's like if something was just at Target and I had to buy it there, like that would kind of suck. I guess there are things like that.
There are things like that. Target can't put a 6-month lock on it. They can be like, you can get it a week early at Target.
I don't know. I guess I'm just used to it because you know what I never played on my PlayStation? Halo. You have the option to get that game, JB. You download a free game launcher and you play the game. Yeah. It's not like you have to sink another $500.
I do use Play Night as a game launcher now.
Okay, here's where it breaks down for me. Not to keep touching on this because I know we talk about this like every other episode.
Keep touching it.
I will keep touching it.
Joel McHale.
It's not like you have to go out and buy a new PC in order to launch the Epic Games Store. It's not like Steam only runs on this PC and it's hardware locked.
That's true.
You set up a free account with a fake email if you want. I don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. And you play your sci-fi shooty game with the dick jokes.
You shoot the space guns with the dick jokes.
I guess it's because the Epic Store is so new. I feel more worried about it going out of business than Steam.
I remember when Steam went through the same stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, now that I think about it.
I don't know. It makes me feel like an old man gamer, but I remember when Steam was first coming out, people were like, a game store on PC? That'll never work. Yeah. I mean, that was back in the day. You still had to buy discs and shit to put in your computer.
Yeah, I remember that time. I remember the first time I got Steam. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I wanted to get Counter-Strike.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not trying to defend Epic or anything. I just don't understand this fucking backlash everybody's having on it. They're the ones who burnt down the Notre Dame or something.
They did because they wanted church exclusive
rights to Paris God, so they burned down.
So now they have exclusive rights for 15 years.
They lit them on fire.
If you want to pray to God in France, you have to use the Epic Game Launcher.
I think the 10-cent shit kind of scares me, and it's just setting this I don't want this. I know it's in console games, and I hate it in console games. I don't want it to creep into PC games. I think that's why
I understand that.
I hate
PC's been kind of open range, but I mean,
yeah,
yes and no, because I mean, Steam's kind of
Steam, Blizzard. I mean, all these Origin now, but it just sucks to have another third party because the other parties were first parties basically, right? It's the publishers that had their own stores.
It would be like if there was only Nintendo for the last 15 years, and then Sony decided to launch PlayStation next year.
Well, not really. It's like if there was a third party that sold all the games, and then now Nintendo's selling their own, PlayStation's selling their own, but then another third party comes and they start buying up games.
I think
that's the market regulating itself. You know what I mean? Every game publisher started launching their own store because they wanted bigger pieces of the pie. But they don't have the kind of catalogs to self-sustain, so now we're kind of falling back onto the traditional game store
model. I wish Steam would just step up and be like, yo, dog, we're going to do the same shit. And then, fucking get rid of it. But they're being, very hard-nosed about it.
I wish... I think a lot of the...
somebody's stepping up to them. Sorry to cut you off, Mitch.
I think a lot of the... I think the hatred for the Epic Games Store is sort of intensified with the Borderlands announcement because of it's a pretty much strictly multiplayer game. The focus is on co-op, and now you have to build up a friends list off of the Epic Games Store.
I wonder if they're going to do their own friends list within Gearbox's system or what they're going to do. I was curious about that too, but I don't know the facts on it.
I would say, dude, who still uses the friends list on Steam? Everybody uses Discord anyway.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. I mean, the other thing that bothers me is the 10-cent shit. It's just so.
I've got bad news, dude. They've got more software in your computer already.
Well, I know, but it's just, I don't know. I try to avoid them where I can. I know they own part of League of Legends as well. So
they own part of like everything. Like I looked into it. I invite anybody to Google like what Tencent has like investment in. It's like a lot of shit.
Anyone that Googles that, come on the podcast.
Just wait till you hear about 50 Cent. That guy's been...
Yeah, he's all over the place. That dude's invested in any. You go to a candy shop, owned by 50 Cent.
50
Spoiler
Cent.
alert: he's launching a billboard over Russia next week.
Is it 50
shit.
Cent or 50 Cent? That's like my favorite fucking Jackie Chan thing ever. Is it 50 Cent or 50 Cent? Fucking Jackie Chan, I love you.
I love you, Jackie Chan.
I love you, Jackie Chan. Come on the podcast.
Brendan Fraser, Jackie Chan fan cast. Jackie Chan cast.
Do some stunts on the podcast.
Do some stunts on the podcast. Oh man, Jackie just flipped over a chair and then slid through it and hit a guy.
Describe what he just did again. Do it.
Man.
So yeah, man, this sucks. I mean, like, dude, like this dude's just total fucking meltdown. Like, what the fuck? Like, man, fucking
if I was
Twitter.
a developer at Gearbox, I would not feel super great about where I was right now.
No, I would look to go somewhere else, like EA. No,
Like,
I would look to go somewhere else.
Go to Activision Blizzard, where you don't actually have to make games. You just put one
There
out
you
and
go.
you're good for 5 years.
There you go. And you put out the same one next year. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I feel like people are
man.
trying to stop him, but he's probably got this attitude like, fuck you, this is my company, I say what I want.
Oh, he definitely has that attitude.
For if I'm not Randall J. Pitchfork.
This dude is
Rancid Samuel Pencilfucker.
Does your underwear say Randy Pitchford? Mine does. So fuck off.
He's looking around the room looking for things to say.
He sees a pencil in a cup and somebody getting fucked in the other corner.
Pencil, water bottle, poster boy.
So Josh.
Yes.
Are you planning on buying this on the Epic Store?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, this has no weight on my decision making for games. I always wait till reviews come out.
Yeah. So I wish I honestly, how do you feel about microtransactions in a full paid game?
Well, Mr. Transactions and myself. I assume you said Michael Transactions.
I said Michael. Yes. I was a fucking reach and a half. Jesus Christ.
Be my dumb sick brain.
I
Not
said
really.
micro.
Michael Transactions. So me and Mr. Transactions.
Jesus.
My boy
How much
Mikey.
NyQuil did you fucking mainline right now?
Yes.
He makes NyQuil and DayQuil and made Quill all day.
He's drinking with a virgin Bloody Mary.
I'm quilling all day, all night.
Peter Quill.
It's a 24-hour nonstop quill party.
It's called the Peter Quill. He mixed the quills together.
Oh, now that's a reach.
Oh, crack it.
You're going to shit on me for
yeah.
saying Michael Transaction, but then you're going to make a Peter Quill. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I see where we are as friends.
Yeah. We're in
I,
bed.
I don't know, dude. I feel like I've stated my stance on this before. It's just kind of like, if you want video games to stay at $60, you've got to make some caveats.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's how I feel as well. I mean, you're not right, but that's how I feel.
I'm not.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I'm right, but I'm not happy about it.
Well, I mean,
development
$80
costs
to $100.
Yeah, development costs have only risen, and I mean, I would be fine paying like instead of $60, $80 for a new game if I knew it was content complete.
Yeah, me too. I would be as well.
But that's just not where the rest of the market's
That's not. Yeah, the market didn't steer that way, and so that's just what happened.
And unfortunately, say it did, greedy companies like EA would continue to push microtransactions. They'd be like, well, it's still a really expensive game to make, so we're still going to give players choice, and we'll give them the option to choose to give us more money.
Yeah. Now, I don't care if it's cosmetic. It's honestly not that big a deal. If it's cosmetic stuff, I wish they didn't. Maybe just give me all the cosmetics, let me earn them. But it's fine if it's cosmetic stuff. That's fine with me. I mean,
like, it's not microtransactions aren't the only experiment people have played with the game's market anyway. I mean, look at episodic content.
Yeah.
Like paying piecemeal for chapters of a game. Like people have been pretty receptive to that.
Well, Borderlands is going to do that. I mean, they're going to release DLCs that are different stories. That's what they do. That's their normal model.
Yeah, but
this is Borderlands 1.
That's different than episodic, though, because the base game is still
it's
complete.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because, I mean, some of the DLC for the first game was, like, the best part. What was it? I forget what it was called. But yeah, I mean, and some of the DLC for Borderlands 2 was, like, really fucking good.
I mean, they define, like, kind of what DLC should be in video games.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really feel like he just, like, he made his own definition for microtransactions.
I forgot to tell everybody.
Yeah, I feel like that's what happened.
It's like when I get mad at people in multiplayer games for not being able to read my mind on what I want them to do.
We've all been there.
Fucking idiot.
That's why
I got shot because you didn't do the thing I was thinking you should do.
Somebody asked me one time, like, why do they think people rage in video games? And I told them that's why, because they feel like everyone thinks they can read your mind. It's like when you're driving and you think everyone knows exactly where you're going, but no one knows. Like, so
there's a disconnect between like. Yeah, that's why Gooby's been in 25 accidents this month.
I don't even drive, and I've been in 25 accidents.
I'm gonna prove my theory right, damn it.
Bam, got him. So yeah, this is kind of a shit show. Hopefully it doesn't kill Borderlands 3. Hopefully it's a great game. I'm excited for it. If it's really great, I may buy it on Epic Store. I'll eat some humble pie and then play games. And humble pie gives me the runs.
I'm not trying to change your opinion on anything, man. Do what you want to do. If it makes you uncomfortable, then don't buy it. Honestly,
no, it doesn't.
Don't buy it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to. I feel like my buck should be spent to try to steer the
decision.
Yes.
I hate to be a pessimist about it, but I really don't think like even boycotting this game is going to change Epic Games.
You gotta vote with your dollars, man.
Yeah.
I feel like Epic Games is going to go up business at some point.
No, dude, they're making way too much off of Fortnite.
At some point, it's going to run out. Like they can't just keep.
I don't know.
It's going to be years. It's going to be years, but at some point, it's going to run out, and it's going to be a strange frontier when that happens.
I guess.
So, yeah.
I don't know. But
I think
by then, all of those games will be also released on Steam, so all they would have to do is give you a license code for Steam.
That's true. That's true.
Like, if you're saying what I think you're saying, which is that eventually that store will shut down.
Yeah. They won't host it anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, but, I don't know, man. I just, like I said, if you don't want to get it from there, fine. I just don't understand the backlash.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Like you said, vote with your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it.
Yeah, okay. If two people buy Borderlands off the Epic Game Store, yeah, they will seriously consider not doing it. But what's going to happen is everybody's going to piss and moan and get it anyway.
Yeah, no, people definitely will. I mean, that's just human nature. So, yeah.
So,
yep.
I guess we should finally talk about something productive.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
I guess.
Boys, here's something.
Sorry, I sounded so enthusiastic about that.
Here's something super important. Josh hates my story. I could tell already.
I love your story, but here's what happened. I thought,
let's get away from
dumpster fires, and then I looked down at our call sheet, and it was like more dumpster fires.
Oh, well, let Mitch go. Talk about that.
It's fine because this has like a David and Goliath sort of feel to it.
All right, so let's talk about David and Goliath. No, so farmers are now
Chapter 1.
All right, let's go in clean, starting over.
Here's something. No, okay, so here's something, fellas. Farmers are fucking hacking now. Is that clean enough for your ass? No,
oh no,
Mr. Clean motherfucker.
FarmersOnly.com got hacked.
Farmers only.
all of our Ashley Madison accounts are now exposed again.
No.
Yes, everyone knows who the farmers are. So American farmers are hacking their John Deere tractors with Ukrainian firmware.
Now, before we get too deep into like technicalities, just to clarify for the listeners' sake, farmers, those are the ones what take the dirt and water and make them into food, right?
Yeah, they produce the vegetables for your tum.
Those are like the Minecraft machines you put the thing in, makes the thing, right?
Those are the
I don't know anything about that.
The dirt benders.
Farmers are just playing Minecraft, right?
Yes, they're just playing Minecraft day in, day out to produce the food for your tum-tum.
So
That's how
they're like the half metal alchemists.
They are the quarter metal alchemist.
When I pull that fresh Bitcoin out of the dirt and sniff it, I just want to make sure I know that. I want to make sure that Ukrainian firmware really comes through in the stench of it.
So this has
crunch noise. Ah, yes, that's good. Clickbait.
That's a good Bitcoin right there. So this is a bigger thing because I want to talk about right to repair stuff. But so basically, they can't service their tractors without using the firmware from John Deere. Like a technician from John Deere has to come to their place, or they have to bring it to a certified. Yes, they only have one. His name is Dear John. And
Dear John, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
it's a Dumb and Dumber joke.
No. Now you have to do all the lyrics to that Eminem song.
Okay, let me look them up.
All right, I'll pause. I'll wait. Oh, okay. So they have to either bring their tractor to, or their farm equipment, any farm equipment from John Deere, and they have to get it serviced at a certified place, authorized place, whatever. Mm-hmm. Some of them are very far. I mean, farmers don't live in cities normally. Or they have to call one out, and they charge a $230 flat fee for it and $130 per hour for this guy to just plug their computer basically into a part on their tractor and fucking change some firmware and click some checkboxes and fucking jerk off.
The real stinger is the next firmware update I heard is coming exclusively to the Epic Games Store.
Yes.
All right, Mitch.
All right. So they had to download Epic Games on their John Deere.
Somebody brought their A game tonight. Okay.
Yeah, that was fucking good. So they actually had to sign fucking agreements that like they have to get it done at these places, and they can't sue for any losses caused by the software. And like this agreement covers anyone that turns the key in the equipment. Like it's fucking insanity. So
yeah, it's those purchasing contracts. They pretty much got you by the balls on those things.
So now they're freeing their balls and they're going on these invite only forums where you have to like pay to join. Basically, the journalist that read this article, he went and it was on motherboard.vice.com. He went and actually joined one. He had to pay he had to go buy a part from this other site. And like instead of a part, they just gave him a code to join the forum. It was like $25, and so he joins the forum and he's talking to people, and then they give you access. You could purchase the firmware then from them. So they kind of like lock it out. You have to like get invited and pay. And so basically, you download it and you just fucking install it on your own. They sell connectors so you connect it to your own computer. You don't need like a specialized port anymore. And so you can do all the work on your own tractor now. So it's pretty crazy that they have gone around to. I guess you gotta evolve. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I mean you gotta pay $360 at least for a guy to come out when you gotta repair your tractors. It's ridiculous.
Not to mention like agricultural businesses is kind of on the decline right now.
Yeah,
like more farms are closing because they just they're getting their prices driven down so much that it's just not feasible for them anymore.
There's a lot of international trade costs in that, which is, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing unless something happens, but
it's not bad for the market. It's bad for local business.
It's bad for the local business, yes. But yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. So, like, I was just thinking, like, what do y'all think about this and, like, right to repair legislation? Like, the right to repair, like, your phone. Like, companies are saying...
So apparently John Deere has the same owners as Apple.
Yeah. John Apple and John Deere are married.
Well, I'll tell you, JB, I'm just now finding out about tractors having firmware software.
Well, I mean, even just about like phones and like, I mean, even probably like consoles are probably the same thing, I would think, huh?
All it's going to take is Elon Musk to be stuck in traffic behind a tractor waiting on a firmware update for him to send out a tweet. I'm going to start my own tractor company with Wi-Fi updates.
Now, actually, there are Teslas that will, if you don't update your Tesla, and they give you a long time to do it, but if you don't do it at a certain point for a major update, it will lock you out until it updates. You can't start the car. So that's a good point you brought up there.
Give me back my car. No. You got to update.
Update.
What a nightmare world of technology we live in.
Sorry, boss, I can't come into work today. My router crashed and I can't update my car.
They said it'll warn you for like weeks, and then if you don't do it and if it's an important update, like that's like huge for the self-driving or something like that, like it will just stop.
I get that. You're putting other people's lives at risk and shit like that.
Yeah.
I haven't updated my iOS software for over a year, so
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad I don't own a Tesla.
Steve Apple's gonna lock you out soon enough.
Stephen H. Apple.
Yes.
Steve Applebee's. They shortened it.
You should see his appetizers.
$20. Come in and spend only $20 for a full meal and hate yourself afterwards.
Every time we bring up either Applebee's or appetizers, I correlate the two, and I have no idea if that's what they call their appetizers.
They could have called them
Appletinies.
I was gonna say they could have called them appetizers, but they're fucking idiots over there at Applebee's.
Sorry, Apple
TM appetizers.
Yeah, yes. That falls under the Macintosh umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what they call their tiny apps. Appetizers.
That's the in between firmware updates.
Got a new appetizer coming out this month.
Our new iWatch Mini, the Apple Teeny.
Wearing a pink bikini.
Coming to a wrist near you.
That would tickled my ribs good. Holy shit.
Good old-fashioned rib tickling.
Oh, take those ribs. Oh,
I don't know.
KO.
I say power to those fucking farmers. Like, fuck you.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I fully believe in the right to repair.
Yes.
You buy something, dude, you have the right to mess with it.
You should.
I want everybody to understand how down I am for fucking cyber anarchist farmers.
Just going to Pirate Bay farmers.
They just burn giant A's in their crops.
I'm so ready for it.
Did you see like the guy from V for Vendetta just like on a fucking John Deere tractor? With such veracity do I verily update my firmware.
My firmware. I'm sorry, I had to fit a V in there. My Apple Venies.
And then he's just throwing knives at Natalie Portman.
But you just think about like the age we live in. Like something breaks, people just tend to throw it away. Like you remember back in the old days, like if your VCR broke, you bring it to like a VCR repair man, you like fucking repair it and shit. Now, like, your DVD player breaks, you're just like, nah, fuck this shit.
You know what this reminds me of? It's like the age of opulence, like in fucking Greece and all that shit, where they had, like, vomitoriums and stuff so they could, like, purge themselves and just keep eating needlessly.
Yeah.
People are like, what the fuck do you need smart light bulbs in your house for, dude? I saw one, it's like, smart doorknobs. Like, come on, my
smart
man.
Doorknobs. It warms up before your hand touches it. So
I've got a Wi-Fi toaster with a 10-inch LCD screen in it that tells me exactly when my toast is ready.
Yes. I mean, some of the smart stuff is neat, like the thermostats and the fans, stuff like that will save electricity, or even the lights where it follows you as you go around the house.
Sure.
But
it's people that are...
I don't need a mood sensing like app enabled light bulb to change its hue, like depending on whether I had a bad day at work or not, my man.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman. We're adjusting your Hugh Jackman.
We've officially reached the point where nothing new can be invented. People thought it happened years ago, but it happened just now. Nothing new can be invented, so people are just putting shit in other shit.
Challenge accepted.
We put the chocolate in the peanut butter.
A toilet that makes its own chocolate and peanut butter.
My toilet already makes chocolate and peanut butter.
It's Wi-Fi enabled, and you have to update it, or you can't poop in it.
I need a smart bidet.
It'll digitally map your butthole so it knows exactly how to clean it.
It uses laser mapping and 3D rendering to get your butthole crevices down to the 5 nanometers.
Yeah.
Oh, the laser burned my butthole again. No!
That's
Apple
a feature,
toilet.
That's not a bug.
We're introducing the Apple toilet. Just answer a call and stick your head directly in that sucker to talk to your best friends and family.
You've heard of FaceTime? Now try ass time, motherfuckers.
Just so you can call while you're having the alcohol vomits.
No, I have a commercial.
Your butt and 3 friends on your contacts list butt can now join in a group butt time.
And the slogan for that commercial would be asses to asses, butts to butts.
do one of those. They do one of those dramatic commercials that's just kind of showing the toilet from different angles and stuff,
Yes.
like
in a black and white.
Yeah. We're spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise.
It's a piano cover of Gangster's Paradise
By Alicia Keys.
by Alicia Keys.
Like a slow melancholy version. We're spending most our lives.
Oh yeah.
Apple eye shitter.
Holy shit.
With 5
Where-
hours of battery.
Where are we?
Premium
You
pooping.
still have to charge it.
You have to charge this motherfucker.
Bring it to the Apple store to have a licensed technician charge your fucking
It's
shitter.
it's like a greasy looking plumber guy with just the word genius on his shirt.
Looks like you got a little bit of fecal matter on the infrared camera.
Yeah, I'm the fucking Apple eye genius toilet guy. What do you got?
It's John Leguizamo in his Luigi costume. It's got genius embroidered on it.
Yeah, I seem to have clogged my Apple eye toilet. Oh, it just needs an update. Here, let me pull out my firmware and grabs a plunger and goes to it. That'll be $700.
It has firmware written on it in bad
Yes,
handwriting.
firmware on the hand.
Where is spelt wrong on it?
That'll be $230.
You didn't even plunge it yet.
Money, please.
I didn't what?
I don't plunge things. I update them, sir.
I got that $130.
I've updated your flush mechanic to work now. I've changed your setting from off to on.
They call the chain the blockchain. I had to change out the blockchain.
Just square
Came
chain.
loose.
Here's something, boys.
You guys
My
see that
laugh
cowboy
looks-
come in here?
Yeah.
Here's something.
Update my firmware with some.
So what do you got for me, Mitchell?
A whole bunch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds like
Thanks.
a lot of dick.
Thanks for asking.
You're so welcome.
So I wanted to talk. We were talking shit about the Blue Rat
Yeah. Fuck that
and
shit.
who's living in the gangster's paradise. I wanted to talk about video games that would actually make good movies.
Hell yeah.
Sonic. Oh wait,
Sonic.
shit.
Fuck, shit, fuck.
Shit. Fuck.
Mario. Fuck. Wait.
Man, if they did a Mortal Kombat movie today, oh, I'd nut in the fucking theater chair.
I feel
I
like
feel
any
like they
prominent,
will.
like
They should.
video game should could translate well to a movie, because if you think about it, there's not a whole lot of story in video games. A lot of it's padded out with gameplay. You know what
Depending on the video game, yes.
Yeah.
There's some video games that are all story.
I guess that's the point of adapting them, though.
But even
Yes.
those are kind of broken up into puzzles and stuff like that.
Well, not all of them. One of the ones that Mitch has on the list, Oxenfree is basically just a story. Like, you make a few decisions, but it would basically, you can make a movie out of one of the storylines verbatim, and it would be done.
It is very mechanically binary. You move left and right, and you click. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
But it's very, very engaging.
Mm-hmm. No, it's amazing. I loved it.
So yeah, just throw out some names of shit. That's
Metal
going
Gear
to be
Solid.
one of these segments. Yeah, I have Metal MGS down there.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. I didn't know they made a Max Payne movie. I had no idea that they did
Fucking-
that.
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. I hate
Mark.
that. Why is he? When you think of Max Payne or that sort of like Punisher-esque character, who do you think of?
Masturbate. Oh.
Sylvester Stallone 20 years ago.
Oh, I was thinking of Die Hard, dude. What's his name?
Sylvester Stallone.
Mr. Die Hard.
Yeah, Mr. Die Hard. Mr. Die does not
Steve-
easily.
Samuel H. Unkillable.
What's his name? Bruce Willis. Fucking Bruce Willis. I think of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce
Right,
Willis would make a good Max Payne, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically was Max Payne in Die Hard.
Yeah, this
Kind
is
of.
true.
I don't like Mark Wahlberg, by the way. That's my next.
I'm okay with him.
I
Okay.
don't think I've liked anything that he's been in or
There's
any
this
role that
old,
he's played.
there's this old '90s movie that he's in that I really like.
Not true.
The Big Hit.
You like my butt.
The Big Hit is amazing. You're so stupid. He's in this movie called The Big Hit. I think that's the name of it. That one's really funny. I like it a lot. But yeah, I think
Tit.
The Big Tit, Jim Carrey's tit. Max Payne would be great. Warhammer. Holy shit. That could make, I mean, you could make they could start their own almost Marvel studio with the Warhammer shit.
I think, like, I'm a huge fan of, like TV that's bad on purpose. Netflix being a pretty prime example of producers for that. I think, like, a Warhammer End Times miniseries on Netflix would be really fucking good.
I mean, Vermintide Warhammer would even.
That's what I'm like anything in the End Times, because that.
Oh, that's all End Times? Okay.
Yeah, aesthetically, like that branch of the universe is so interesting.
Yeah, even Space Marines, like you could do that shit.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
I love Space Marines. The comics, very good.
So I mean, any of that would be amazing. This is my problem with movies and stuff made out of video games. Is I feel like the people that make it have no touch with video game people, and so they lose the whole concept and what would make it great. And I feel like they do that because they don't think that the video game crowd would bring in enough profit. But honestly, the video game crowd's so huge now that you could.
That would be the point. That would be the point, is to try to I don't know where they lose the plot in terms of like trying to bring in a new crowd, trying to like advertise.
I think targeting games that have strong storylines might not be the best way to go, because adapting a storyline for like an interactive medium that lasts 20 hours, trying to truncate that into a 2-hour passive experience generally isn't going to work.
Yeah, that's true.
I think what they should go is kind of like, I'd say like the Angry Birds route. You know what I mean? Take like video game characters.
Oh my god! Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Not that movie was good.
Okay.
But you take recognizable characters and you make up their own story. You don't, stick to within guidelines, because then you run into, remember when comic book movies were first coming out? Mm-hmm. People either loved them or hated them. They loved them because it was a pretty cool spectacle, or they hated them because, in the comics they did this and they did this differently, and they did it. And I feel like, God forbid, if they ever make a Fortnite movie, like all they would have to do is basically just put those characters into like whatever fanciful story they wanted to, and they'd be fine.
Yeah, no, you're right. It probably would make money.
Good.
Here's my favorite example that I talk about a lot, not to you guys, but in real life.
Friend Roger Rabbit.
Is Hotline Miami.
Yeah,
because that story in the game is not handed to you. There's pieces you have to put together. But basically, like the cohesive story is, I think it was the Cold War, like the 70s or 80s, in an alternate timeline, Russia won and nuked America. Mm-hmm. So Russia became this huge superpower. There's this entire generation of veterans in America that are extremely anti-Russian, and meanwhile Russians are flooding into the U.S. because they won the war and they can. And the whole thing, now. It's like a political thriller in an alternate
It's like Man in a High Castle, yeah.
Yeah, it's a political thriller in an alternate timeline where you're basically this brainwashed super soldier who just wants to kill Russians.
That's cool.
And like there's plenty enough action to fill a 2-hour time slot in that, but there's also there's enough story, there's enough character development, there's enough intrigue in the world to fill that. To either do like a 30 hours worth of TV or 2 hours worth of movie.
Have y'all heard of Man in the High Castle? It's basically like the Nazis in Japan won World War II, and it's a alternate timeline, basically. So I think 2 games that would make incredible movies is like the Payday stuff would be amazing, and Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead could make some pretty good movies. I know the zombie thing has kind of been fucked up, but
so sick of zombie shit. Unless they do cool zombies like Left 4 Dead did. Yeah, I'm back in.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. I think it can work. I think those are 2. They have decent storylines that can be expanded on within a movie. And they could do well.
Oh, I would love. Have you guys seen The Void? The Void is
only inside my own heart.
It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie that's like sort of a love letter to 80s horror with like practical effects. And
oh, cool.
I would love to see a Left 4 Dead movie that's sort of like in vein of George Romero's zombie movies with all the practical effects, and that'd be neat.
Well, I find like even video game movies that take like even the more realistic game settings like Tomb Raider and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't go down the realistic route with video game content. You know what I mean? Because even like let's take Uncharted, because that one's been in like development hell for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to make an Uncharted movie forever. if you like sit down and watch objectively at somebody playing Uncharted, there's no fucking way in hell like you could make that believable on the big screen with real characters and stuff like that. There's a certain like suspension of disbelief you go into that's on a different level than with a movie.
Right.
Like, okay, I mean, yeah, you could sit down and watch Transformers and you see like this giant like cartoon robot talking to like a real life human person. That's fine. But when you start seeing that real life human person like leaping across like 50-foot chasms and shooting 30,000 like fucking troops and coming out without so much as a scratch, like that's where shit starts to break down. Like if you're gonna take a video game as a basis for a movie, you have to write that story within that video game's terms, not the movie's terms.
Well, let's go to a good example of that, which is the Castlevania animated series. And I know we were talking about like reaching wider audiences. I know animated stuff is not the way to do that, but Castlevania is really fucking good. I
did not enjoy it that much.
the story is very bare bones, but like some of the action sequences are great.
Oh, it looked great.
The characters are just over the top enough to where I don't really give a shit about them in a good way.
Yeah. It just didn't hook me. That's the thing. I don't know. I just kind of watched it and started doing other shit while watching it. I'm really bad about watching stuff. I just start playing guitar or something. But yeah, no, it looked cool. I did like the way it looked, but I just didn't get drawn in by it.
It was the Men's Warehouse of animes.
I guarantee.
I guarantee it.
Yes.
I don't know. I just feel like you can't take the shit realistic characters do. Back to my point, because I've completely zoned out on what you boys were talking about.
Okay.
You can't take like the realistic characters in a video game setting and put them in a real life action movie. And like the suspension of disbelief, like with. Okay,
have you seen
a
Rock?
What I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna take a video game and turn it into a movie, don't go the realistic route. Or if you're gonna use live action, don't follow the rules of reality.
Don't fuck up Sonic's face. Yeah.
That too. Because take the Jumanji movie. Mm-hmm. Like, those are real life characters, but you understood they were inside of a video game, and that's why you were okay with them, like, doing ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
And it didn't, like, ruin the movie. But whenever you watch, like, Tomb Raider, which takes itself, like, too seriously and tries to make it too realistic, and then Lara's doing all this fanciful shit and all that stuff, it kind of... I mean, not to say anything for the writing in that, which was atrocious. I don't know.
There's a lot of...
it's hard to articulate, but it's kind of like you know it when you see it. Like, something's just off about it.
Yeah. Even, like, Ace Combat, you can make a movie out of that. Like, I mean...
I feel
like... Because because you're playing within that game's realm. That game, like, bases itself on reality-ish type situations. I mean, those jets don't turn that way in real life, but...
Or even, like, Call of Duty. Like, if they took... I don't know if they would redo the storylines. It probably, because you've already witnessed that storyline, so maybe that wouldn't work. But like that Call of Duty universe, or like the Russians invade America, stuff like that, or like even Black Ops stuff. Like some of that's
a pattern here.
No, I mean, did I say that twice? But Hotline Miami. But I mean, some of that stuff is a neat, just like world to work within, and I think they do stuff with it. Call of Juarez. I'm just going through my fucking list right now. Call of Juarez would make some good fucking movies, especially Gunslingers. Gunslinger is a fucking fantastic storyline, in my opinion. So I think they could do stuff with that.
I think if all they took was like the name and setting from Fallout, that could be a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Deus Ex, you can make some good movies that would have some political shit with the current trend. That would be
Deus
interesting.
Ex 2, I would be so okay if it was just super corny and campy.
Yeah.
I would love it.
A Far Cry movie? That would be interesting.
And that's the thing, I always feel like the wrong studios pick up the title.
Yeah. Because they're the ones looking for it.
Hollywood big budget studios still don't take video game material seriously for movie fodder, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they take it and they pass it off to whatever cheap director they could find.
Yeah.
And you know, they serve up shit because they know like They project the stuff out. They know the movie's not going to review well, but they know like people are going to go see it anyway
because they're tied to that game.
Yeah, as long as they put it out under budget and make back a return on it, they're happy.
They got to make a profit. Two other ones I'll throw out. Homefront could make a decent movie with that. Cool. The other one is Lego
Homefront. Wait.
Lego
Homefront,
the Hobbit.
Hold on. Homefront. You mean the game where Korea invades America in some alternate timeline?
Yes. Why is there a movie like that already? What movie am I?
Those alternate timeline political thrillers.
Alternate timeline where America gets invaded by another country.
But this isn't the alternate timeline. This is. I think Homefront takes place in the future. It's in the future.
just barely.
Okay,
it's in the future. Yeah,
I think you want America to get invaded. That's your kink.
That's my kink.
He's just twisting his nips
Freddy,
playing Homefront and Call of
Duty. Really tickles JB's prostate when America gets invaded.
Reading Man in a High Tower with one hand, if you know what I'm saying.
Magica, make a good movie.
Man in a High Castle.
Katana Zero is also about that. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's funny. So yeah, I think there's a ton of stuff they could do, but man, yeah.
Hold on, I got a video game pitch for you guys.
What's that?
It's an alternate timeline.
Oh,
the neutral country of Turkey has invaded America.
Hold on, I got a pitch for you. It's an alternate timeline where you poo out of your penis and pee out of your butt.
Okay, and it invades America.
Yes,
there's a comic that I read where Canada is like this military superpower, and so yeah, just
sorry, you're just making me laugh so much because everything I've been repeating the same thing over and over again. I realize how dumb I am. Okay.
No, it's not dumb. It was just like a running theme between everything you suggest. Is like it's an alternate timeline where so invaded America.
So what if they made a movie called Red Dawn where the Russians invaded America during the 80s?
No. It's a game. It's called Freedom Fighters. It's
okay, well,
Germany
Freedom Fighters
invades America.
Freedom Fighters stole from Red Dawn.
I've got an alternate timeline. It's
where America
directly after
America.
It's an alternate timeline.
It's directly after the Cold War. Randy Pitchford invades America.
It's an alternate timeline where Papa John's isn't racist,
and Germany invades America.
And Germany invades America. Oh God,
we've killed Josh.
We did it,
there
folks. Someone else come on the podcast. We killed one of the hosts.
You've been trying for years.
Yes, this has been it's an alternate timeline where I killed you years ago.
Nice try, fuck boys. I never die.
Oh shit! All right,
except for right now,
shit. He's still dying.
Anyway.
So here's something.
I'm sorry, I cracked myself up with that alternate timeline joke.
Yeah, it was great.
Which one? You made so many.
Exactly that whole run.
It was
my brain is still trying to connect threads.
I didn't eat dinner, so I'm kind of drinking on an empty stomach. So I might,
Oh, me neither.
Other words, drunk.
I'm hungry.
So but here's something. It's time for a review crew.
No. That's not how this works.
Oh shit!
Nice try, fucker.
I tried to do it.
So, Mitch.
What?
Mitch, I got a question.
Yeah.
Is it time for everybody's favorite thing?
Hey, JB. Josh just asked me a question. I'm passing this note across the class to you. Is it time?
Oh, it's folded.
Is it time for everybody's favorite segment?
Let me unravel it. Oh, it has a yes or no option. I'm going to circle yes. And then pass it back. It's time for Review Crew.
Yeah.
It is where I step on your intro to everybody else.
No! It's Review Crew, where each week we hack John Deere tractors to find us the greatest reviews from deep within the bowels of Amazon for Brendan Fraser's listening pleasure.
Alright, fucker, you got me this week.
Where we invade America to find the greatest reviews.
Yeah, an alternate timeline when we invade America.
Where Amazon invades America.
What's his name? Jeff Bezos. No, is it
Jeff Kaplan? Come on the podcast. Jeff Kaplan here from the Russian invasion forces from an alternate timeline.
And this is new Overwatch patch, we're gonna invade America with all our mightiest warriors.
I've broken it.
It's time for review crew.
Oh, shit. Oh.
It was too perfect, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hail Putin.
Alright, so my first
Holy
item
fuck.
is Super Z Outlet Knit Sew Outdoor Full Face Cover Thermal Ski Mask to invade America during an alternate timeline.
Really quick, frequently bought together is 2 black ski masks and 1 white ski mask.
Yes.
Just in case.
Why are there so many people buying ski masks along with ski masks? And why is
Because
one
they're getting a crew together.
one company is selling 12-pack of adult ski masks?
They're getting a crew together.
Just for fun with your boys.
What family has 12 ski mask users? Alright. My first review is from Joseph
The Brady
B.
Bunch.
He gives it 3 stars.
What the fuck?
I was trying to think of large families, and it took me a second.
It's
Brady Bunch goes to the bank.
Just out of nowhere, in the middle of JB's sentence, Brady Bunch.
an alternate timeline where Josh invades my fucking segment.
An alternate timeline where the Brady Bunch are actually murderers and killers going on a wanton bank robbing
Give
spree
us the
across
fucking
America.
money.
Oh, God.
They're invading America's banks.
Oh, I can't remember any of the Brady Bunch names right now, but I don't read his title
Steven.
because his title is shit.
Jeopardy.
But Joseph,
Dad Bunch.
Jesus Christ, these working conditions.
It was Jeopardy, wasn't it?
Final Jeopardy.
You got the Daily Double.
They double tap him in it. Alright, Joseph B says, got this as a gag for when I'm driving around in my windowless van.
To put in his mouth?
Like, what kind of gag? Like, I didn't even think of that. This dude's just like riding around his windowless van. He's like, you know, it'd be great if I wore a ski mask and people would laugh.
Just like chuckling to himself every time somebody looks at him. Haha, tricked.
Haha,
You thought I was going to go do a crime.
Yes, he thought it was crime time, but it's just Joseph time.
It's Joe time.
It's Joe time.
I can only be myself when no one knows who I am.
Joke on Joseph. Brian's review, 1 star, names it 1 star, says, my neighbor recognized me under the mask. Fail. Brian's like, walks out of his house with a ski mask, and he's like, hey, Joe. And he's like, hey, Brian. Oh, fuck, this mask.
Walks directly out of his house, naked, wearing only a ski mask.
You can see all his identifying tattoos.
He has a tiny ski mask on his penis.
A dick mask. It has 1 hole.
No, I was going to say, it still has 3 holes to make it look especially sinister.
Oh, boy.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, man.
Mister gives it 1 star. Says, is this mask for a gorilla? The mouthpiece is 2 inches
Yes.
lower than my mouth, and it seems my mouth is sideways rather than a normal human mouth.
Put the fucking on in the bag.
What? I don't think he knows about the anatomy of gorillas. They don't have sideways mouths.
Are you a gorillologist?
I'm a
I don't think so.
gorillologist. I am.
I don't want you here spurting false facts on this 100% accurate podcast.
Yes.
Can I read this one from Sprigget?
Sure.
Spaghetti.
Sprigget says 3 stars. Not appropriate to wear in most social situations. They go on to say, can't wear it in the house. Kids too scared.
Kids too scared.
Kids too scared.
I'm constantly robbing them, and they're just so fearful for their lives. Give me your
Can't wear
fucking
that.
piggy bank, baby.
Charging their kids with a gun and a ski mask. What are you kids so afraid of? It's just a ski mask.
Ah, got you again, little cunts. All right, good night.
This will only take a second.
Shoots the light out on the way out.
Oh shit! That was the smart
Kid
light
starts
bulb.
crying. Barbara, I don't know. My kid's just, he's so terrified. I gotta return these ski masks.
Gotta go.
This guy, Michael Melnick, gives it 5 stars. Says, this mask fits as expected and the fabric is comfortable.
Vick.
I bought 2 by accident, but actually enjoy having both lying around the house. What?
He just walked the scene. He walks into his house, darkened because he just came home from work, clicks on the light, sees one laying on his kitchen floor, mutters to himself, nice. Sets down his briefcase, walks around the corner to kick off his shoes, and goes to sit on his recliner and sees one draped lazily across the back of his couch. Nice. I have to tell people about this.
Michael is such a dude character.
Let's get this onto a tray.
Nice. Oh, yeah, this is rancid. This is putrid.
You know, I'm not usually a smoker. Can I read this one from BHK?
Sure.
Big honkin' Kingslayer.
Big honking K.
Big honkin' Karen. Says,
Carrot.
Top.
With a K.
Says 5 stars. He is very pleased with it. Bought this for my husband. He wanted one with the holes as he dislikes not being able to breathe normally with the other face covers he has. He's very pleased with it. So BHK's husband just wears face covers all the time.
He just has a pillowcase over his face.
Yeah.
he has a white pillowcase over his face, usually with a large point at the top.
Oh my god.
And his wife doesn't understand why.
Boys, could I get a balaclava with someone else's face printed over it?
Get Randall
Yes,
Pitchford.
but it's only Barack Obama. That's the only option you get.
I want a textureless mask of Nick Cage's face.
We've got to find the Declaration of Independence.
I think Karen just misunderstood her husband. She was like, "Do you want a handy?" He's like, "I just want something with holes in it," and so she bought him this mask.
I don't like being able to not breathe normally.
So yes, I will take a hand job.
Karen, I'm scared.
Anyways, where's that hand job?
Anyways, here's Wonderwall, and then pulls out his guitar.
While getting a hand job.
Then you get a hand job every time you play Wonderwall, so it just naturally happens. Robert gives it 2 stars, says it's frayed, says, like, it'll work, but sucks is damaged. I like to break my stuff myself. What the fuck, Robert?
What the fuck are you talking about, Robert?
He seems 100% like the kind of guy who would order one of these.
He's 100% normal. My final review for this one is by IP Freely. I just caught on to the joke. I didn't get it before. 5 stars. This is fantastic for many reasons. I gotta clear my throat before getting this one. Lair Gangster Paradise over it. Thank you. Alright, this is fantastic for many reasons, as January was absolutely Arctic. Note, I didn't say Antarctic, as the southern hemisphere has just experienced its summer solstice. If you people love science so much, you should know that Earth, where we live, is nearest the sun around December 21st. The southern hemisphere, if I have to type that anymore, I'll call it the southern sphere. To save time, it tilted toward the sun. So when idiots in New York City and Chicago tell us that the Antarctic glaciers are melting in December, that's when penguins fly north for their summer. Facts versus fake news every time. Round 1, motherfuckers.
Wrong.
Anyway,
fly across the flat Earth.
Anyway, I do not recommend that you wear this while doing your banking. It tends to make employees feel very, very uncomfortable. Plus, the floor might look clean and shiny, but when security jams your nose into it, you can smell the shoes and feet of hundreds of icky customers. Other than that, thumbs up.
I love the visualization of someone walking into a bank with a ski mask and like, "Hi, I'd like to make a withdrawal."
And then immediately shitting on like climate change policies. I love when people take political stances in the middle of reviews. That's
my favorite. That's my favorite.
Everybody knows penguins fly south for their migration during the iceberg melting season, and Trump mails money to the sun in order to push back global warming. It's fucking science.
Ken F came in here and said Earth is actually nearest the sun, a word I cannot pronounce, around January 4th. So fuck off. I pee freely. Ken
Do
F.
you know, did you know ninjas used to wear those shoes so that they wouldn't leave carbon footprints? Thank you.
It was a hydrogen footprint.
Hey, GB.
You mean the Ninja Turtle shoes? Yes, sir.
I just opened the link for the second item,
Why would you do that?
and I'm very excited for it.
I'm about to go to it, so it's fine.
Spoiler alert.
My sex item. My sex item.
My sex item.
This item is an endgame spoiler. Turn off the
Item
podcast.
number 2, Jeremy's
Turn off the
sex
podcast.
item.
My next item is the Shiwi Extreme. Reusable pee funnel.
Reusable.
The original female urination device since 1999. Quickly, easily, and discreetly.
99.
We standing up without removing clothing. How do you pee without removing any clothing, woman? What is going on?
Let me show you. Done.
But just in case you're asking, comes with an extension pipe in case.
In case your dick is too big.
I want a pee funnel so that way my dick looks bigger at the urinal.
Got
Am I
that
alone?
Angular.
I want a dick funnel so that my dick can cosplay as the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Just your dick. You're Dorothy, but your dick is the Tin Man. You
And
gotta
it'll fight
oil it
Mitch's
up.
dick in a balaclava.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Super Smash Bros. Indeed.
That's the new kit. That's the new fighters pack.
Smash Bros.
That's season 2.
I never thought of that as like a porno title. Fucking Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Step Brothers.
Oh, boy.
God.
You gotta make it steps so that people don't feel weird.
Ooh.
You're the best stepbrother
If
ever.
I've learned
Punch, punch,
anything.
punch, punch.
You gotta put step in the title.
I'm gonna perform my up-down combo.
Combo breaker.
Just nuts.
Fatality. My first review is from Amazon customer, you old salty dog. What are all your reviews? 5 stars. I named mine Hillary. It actually works. Every time I use it, I feel like I'm shattering another glass ceiling for women everywhere and then pissing on it while standing up. Like a boss. It's great for making your friends uncomfortable, especially couples. I give this a golden star. Actually, you gave it 5 golden stars. My next review is from Sarah. 1 star.
Okay.
Buy the freshette instead. If you like a 50-50 chance of peeing down your leg and a narrow plastic tip pressing obtrusively against your back door, then by all means purchase this item.
Sometimes. Now, this seems like an extra bonus feature.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at the design of this one versus the other ones, as one Amazon user has so graciously reviewed all of them and put them together, this one does seem to scoot much further back to your back pussy. And I would say I can't be the only American who, when sometimes letting out a pee, the feeling of a mild poop may appear.
Then your pee
And this
funnel
would
gets clogged.
This seems like a literal and figurative catch-all solution.
Then you got to get a firmware update on your pee funnel from the.
You just bring it to the Apple iBar.
Like any God-fearing American, I feel like I'm gonna poo-poo when I pee-pee. So I got this.
Sometimes you don't have to go around the corner to get the fudge made. You could just send it down the same little fun slide.
Yeah.
Shoot
That's
the
what
ladders, you know?
we should make our own called the Fun Slide.
The fun slide.
It's just a giant PVC pipe that you strap to your fucking bottom
Extra large tube, extension tube for accidental poops.
The Fun Slide. Oh boy. Edith gives this son of a bitch 5 stars, says, Mark, that tree is yours. Prior to owning a Shiwi, I had no idea just how liberating it would be to pee on a tree. I swear I spent an entire afternoon double fisting water bottles just so I could keep marking trees as mine.
Nice.
I
Welcome to the joyhood of being a man.
Yeah, that's why I love this product. I mean,
Why has no one made like a penis-shaped like attachment for it?
That's what we should patent.
The world
that
isn't ready for
immediately.
that.
TM.
Draw it.
Can I read this one from Sarcastic Shy Girl?
Sure.
Sarcastic Shy Girl says 3 stars. Could have been a little wider for thick girls. Having trouble with urine flowing out the back, so she's literally she's peeing out her butt. We did it.
We did it, folks. We did it.
She's
America.
peeing
Shut
out
it
her
down.
butt.
It's an alternate timeline where you pee out your butt.
Where you pee out your butt.
Where P invades butts America.
What have you sent me?
Oh, man.
Oh, the other one. This picture. Oh my god. The picture of this. Jesus.
Oh wait, scroll down to the second pic, my dude.
Yeah, I see that one now.
I only see a pair of legs.
I mean, you have to move. Oh, you have to move the underwear, right? Like you can't just.
No, you just go through it, my man.
They have a.
It's like a pressure washer. It'll cut right through those pants.
Yeah, if you're not pushing with enough force, why are you even doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
It's so ridiculous. All right, Mitch, I'll give you the honors. Do Nathaniel's.
Oh,
I would love to
Thank
hear a
you.
review that somebody inserted this the wrong way.
My pee is just going everywhere.
Defo spreads my pee out 5 stars.
I peed on every tree in the acre in one go.
Turn my pee from a small stream to a large pee tornado.
It's like a sprinkler system for my wee wee.
It's hosey cow. It's like a cow urinating on my kids.
What the?
Somebody didn't watch David Letterman in the Edge of Hosey Cow.
Nope. All right, Mitch, you take it away, my friend.
All right, JB, thank you so much for letting me read this. Get ready, settle in.
Yep. You gotta shift
Get
my
it.
nuts.
Get
Okay,
it.
now I'm ready.
Get a fire going in that fireplace. Pour 2 fingers of whiskey.
These all sound like sexual innuendos.
They are.
Nathaniel said 3 stars. My girlfriend is peeing everywhere. Nathaniel's troubles go on. Since I got this, my girlfriend is peeing on everything in a display of dominance. If another woman looks at me, she uses the shiwi to mark my leg. If there's one slice of pizza left, she urinates directly onto it. Well, yeah, like mine, which is just ridiculous as it becomes inedible. As it becomes inedible, ruining it for both me and her. I'm giving this 3 stars, as it does its job exactly as described and is easily cleanable and portable in its case. She literally takes it everywhere in her large purse. It's great for travel. If we go on long distance drives, she insists that I pull over after we pass a rest stop, and she urinates on the side of the road while pumping her fist for passing truckers to honk. This product is great, but I have to deduct 2 stars for the monster it's made out of my beautiful girlfriend.
It's turned her into a man, my dude.
I think it's a great product. I mean, it must suck that. Yeah, it's a great product. It's really free, but man,
does it come with? Is that a carrying case or is it to hold your pee?
No, it's a carrying case.
Is that a little
a pee bottle?
Is that a little pee flask?
It's an Apple AirPods case. They just can't show them to the camera because of trademark.
Mitch,
the copyright.
Mitch, do you carry a pee case with you everywhere?
Yes.
Okay. I do too.
Yeah. It has my name engraved on it.
Mine too, but whenever instead of opening like that, it flips over to one side and it always shoots a flame out the top. It's super hard to pee in.
It's really startling when I take a swig out of it.
It's
I forget. I mix it up with my other
flame
flask.
that shoots out.
It burns when I. Doctor, it burns when I pee. show me how you pee. What's up? Like in a Zippo lighter.
Hold up, pulls it out of his long john sheath.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how decked out you'd be if you had a shiwi and long john sheath, the whole kit?
You're done. You're set for life. You're set.
And he turns to his doctor, and his doctor says, "I see the problem because he's in an alternate timeline where Russia's doctors invaded America."
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me, once again. If you're liking what we're doing so far, do us a favor and tell your friends about the show. For updates, follow us on Twitter at HereSomething1. To watch us have some goose while playing video games, make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/GeekmanJones and on Twitter at GeekmanJones. From that Twitch page, you can find a link to our Discord and become part of your new favorite community, and the last Discord you'll ever need. Well, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you again next week.